MEGS Monday Minutes. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And for episode 2, we have Quicksell Photography. Drew, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, thank you. So Quicksell Photography is who I use for all my real estate photos. They are godsend. And I am going to ask Drew here, what is Quicksell Photography? What do you do? How do you help realtors? Give me a little insight.
Okay, yeah. So I'm the owner. I started Quicksell Real Estate Photography just over a year ago, and it's basically affordable marketing solutions for real estate agents for their listings. So like photo, video, drone, virtual tour, virtual staging, stuff like that. Everything's 24-hour turnaround at an affordable price, and we have online scheduling. So just trying to make everything as convenient as possible for the realtors' listings.
I'm super fond of the online booking. So as an agent, I can go there to the listing appointment, and I can literally, after we've done all of our, other talking, I can go on my computer, iPad, whatever I have with me, and I can just pull up your website. We can pick a time together that works for them, obviously works for you. And like, it's not like you're booking far out because you accommodate so well. And that quick turnaround, that helps us. That really helps us. It's you want to get that listing out there for these people that are listing their home, and having that quick turnaround really helps. The packages too, they're reasonably priced, and I think if you haven't talked to Quicksell yet and you're a realtor, you probably should. So, okay, Drew, you have franchises. Am I correct?
Yes, we have 2 franchises right now, and one central location.
So central location, Saskatoon, and then you have, is it Calgary and Edmonton?
Yep, Calgary and Edmonton.
Awesome. And so there is opportunities for people if they wanted to franchise Quicksell. They could, I think, like Regina maybe, or all over Canada. Is that like where you're heading?
So Regina, we are looking for someone to maybe partner up with. Otherwise, we're just going to do it ourselves.
Right.
That's going to be coming this spring. So Regina's for sure happening either way. We really want to do BC and Manitoba. And then we're trying to hold off for a little bit on Ontario, but we do want to get there in the next 3-4 years. And it's basically like it's an affordable one-time payment. It's about $20,000 to get all set up. You get your equipment, you get your website. We give you all of the online marketing you need, business cards, branding, social media, everything like that, as well as weekly consulting. And then we even do like some sales and stuff for you too. So it's a really good way to, if you're into photography and you're into real estate, it's a really good way to make some money.
That's awesome. Yeah. Good for you guys. You have expanded and grew so quickly, and it's been good. And even though you grew, I didn't feel any form of growing pains at all. You guys still kept up to your word. So good for you guys.
Thank you. I work nonstop so that realtors don't experience our growing pains.
Well, we appreciate you. We do. Okay, so my first experience was, you know how nervous I was? Do you remember how nervous I was?
No, you were fine. You thought you were way more nervous than you were. You should see some of the realtors we work with for the first time. Some are brutal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I remember watching out of the window, and then you pulled up, and I was like, oh God. And I feel like I turned white like a ghost, and I was like, I can't do this. And I wore heels that day, and I was like, bad idea. The grass is sinking. I'm like, what am I doing? But you made me feel so, it was like the hottest day of the year, remember? It was just, it was so hot. And we did drone video, and it was windy. It was so hot. And I screwed up 13 times just on the first sentence. And you were just so good about it. You're like, it's okay. It's okay. And I was just so thankful. And it actually turned out. And we did some editing, and it was awesome. The video was great. I ended up not looking too cheesy. So thanks for cutting out the parts that I did. And the other part that I loved with my first experience was getting the Matterport done, having the virtual walk around. because it is a cabin. It was nice to be able to have that virtual. And you were like, do you need any, blueprints or anything like the floor plan and stuff? And I was like,
Oh yeah,
first
that's right.
time being a realtor, all these little things, you're like, yeah, this is fantastic. And so useful, so great. So that was my first experience with Quicksell. And if you're a realtor and you're watching this and you're nervous about doing a video, this is the guy that you probably want to do it with, because he'll show you some of my bloopers. Unbelievable, seriously. But we had fun and it was a good time. And don't be nervous, because he's going to make it okay. Your team is fantastic too. You've got a bunch of great people there that you work with. And yeah, no, fantastic. I really only have great things to say.
Well, thank you for that's nice.
You're welcome. Okay, so I've told you my first experience. Let's hear a sketchy experience that you have had while you're going to a home to do some photos or drone or video. What's been the situation that's been the worst for you?
There's been a couple sketchy experiences. I've been
Nice.
to yeah, there's probably a couple I could mention. There's one property that I went to where it had an electrical issue, and all of the switches at the property would give you an electric shock.
Oh
So like we
no.
go into these properties, and I was shooting this one. We go into these properties and we have to, like go in, turn on all the lights, like make sure all the doors are open or closed, or like everything looks how it should be. And so I'm walking through the property and it's like the first light shocks me. And I'm like, oh, well, probably had some static on my feet or something. And then the next one shocks me. And then every single one shocked me. So now I have like PTSD when I go to properties and I'm like
You're
touching
like,
the light switches. I always feel like they're going to shock me.
oh geez.
So that was definitely that was an interesting one that stood out to me. I've also done like, we've shot so many properties that have tenants there that like they don't really care if the house sells or if it doesn't, so they're really uncooperative with us. And we had one like really rough property, and the sellers kept accusing us of stealing from them, and they were showing us like camera footage of us shooting the rooms, and like it was crazy.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
we've seen it all here.
That's crazy. And have you had any like realtors that have been wanting to do videos that have like wanted to do extreme things? Because I do know, like, if I list a
Oh
house
yeah,
with a pool, I'm in it. Like, we're shooting a
yeah.
video, I'm jumping in their pool. Consent of the homeowners, of course. But anybody want to list their house with a pool, I'm jumping in it if you're okay with it. And Drew's
They'll
gonna
sell
film
like immediately. They'll be like, does she come with the house?
it. Oh, geez. I love the fun videos that, realtors do, obviously with consent of the homeowner, but just showing the home in a different light and like a little lighthearted manner. I love that.
Yeah. Well,
And
we did one
like,
video. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're open to doing it. So it's awesome.
Oh, okay. Well, we did one video. The realtor's name was John Aschenbrenner, and we shot this whole property. We did like a full video tour with him, and then we went back that night and we recreated a bunch of the videos, and it made these really cool transitions where it's like he'd be walking through the property and then it would switch to night, but he'd still be walking in the same way. It was like a really unique video.
I love that
Yeah,
one. I loved it.
yeah. We also did one with Ed Bobiash, who's he's like I want to say middle-aged man. I don't know if he'll care that I say that, but he's young at heart, and he climbed on top of a 30-foot tall, or maybe more than that, like a 30-foot tall grain bin, and like stood on the very tip of it for the listing video, and I like flew around him with the drone while he talked about it.
That is
Crazy.
so cool. That is
Yeah,
so
that's
cool.
the kind of
I'm
creativity that we
serious.
need to bring to our videos.
That's so cool. That having that little twist on it and like having the drone go around. Love that. I'm too much
Yeah.
of a chicken with heights, so you won't get me climbing on any roofs. Sorry.
Pools are good
Pools,
enough.
pools only. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. You mentioned the drone. Let's talk about what do you offer for drone footage, and I think you do some virtual staging. Am I right?
Yeah, the virtual staging is cool. That's like if you were to shoot a property, or if we were to shoot a property that's completely empty and there's no furniture or anything in there. Sometimes empty houses, the rooms kind of look like small, or they don't really look quite right. Like people can't really envision themselves being in it. which is why a lot of realtors will like stage a property, right? And they'll get like furniture put into all the rooms, and it'll be like decorated nicely, which is definitely a good thing to do, but it can be pretty costly compared to virtual staging, where we'll basically just recreate all of the photos in 3D space and we'll put furniture in it digitally. So like the photos will
I'd love
have
to
furniture.
see a few of those that you've done.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
put some up on the
yeah,
screen. Yeah,
take a look,
it's
people.
really it's a cool thing to do for sure if you're spending hundreds, if not millions, on regular staging.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and with the virtual staging, it looks so real. Like I'm really surprised of how real it looks. Love it. So good.
Our editor.
Okay, and then the
Yeah.
drone. I love the drone footage. Like, who doesn't love a little bit of drone footage? So fun. I had you do drone footage on at Emma Lake for me
Yep.
for a cabin there, and it was foggy that day, and I really didn't think that they were even going to turn out. Like the fog was so thick. Sure enough, made it work. Looks great. I mean, you can tell
Yeah,
it's a
I think
little foggy, but not bad.
we probably photoshopped out the fog. We do that sometimes. And yeah, drone is awesome for properties like lakes where they've got like a cool thing in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like just like, acreages, even
Yes.
like even city properties that have like schools or parks. Because sometimes it's like a block away, and you really want to show how close it is to some amenities. So with the drone, you can get the house and the park in the same photo.
Yes, and just have it kind of like, show the proximity of everything. Whenever, I've worked lately with some out of province clients, and them being out of province, not being able to drive around, I'm doing virtual showings. There was listings that you had done the photos for, and it showed the proximity of things, and they loved that. They absolutely
Oh yeah,
loved it. So
totally.
kudos to that. That was good. Okay, so I think the last thing that we were going to talk about was my bloopers. You were gonna provide some bloopers. I
Oh,
think
I'll
you were
show you some bloopers. All right, I've got a
okay.
couple
I'm
of you.
nervous.
From our last shoot, I've got a couple of you messing up, but you were not bad at all.
Living room and the dining area open. You're greeted by the no. Yes, with the upper deck and this beautiful patio down here. I just said beautiful twice. Thank you for and onto this beautiful patio for entertaining. I hope I wasn't swearing.
You might have been swearing.
Maybe.
You're definitely.
Oops. Okay, well, if you are a realtor and you are in need of photos, I highly suggest you check out your website. What is your website? Do you want to pull that up or tell me what it is? It is.
Yep, our website is quicksell.ca if you're in
Perfect.
Saskatoon. Otherwise, just quicksell.ca and you can find a location.
And you have all your pricing packages on there. You have
Pricing, work examples, online scheduling, everything's on the website. Or just contact one of us. We're happy to help you out as well.
reach out to this guy. And you're the other one that works with you. I met him at a lunch and learn the other day. His name is
Jarrett.
Jarrett. Thank you.
Yeah.
He was great with lots of information. So everybody was super great on the team that I've worked with, and that makes a big difference when you're working with people. Trying, obviously goes hand in hand with business. So yeah, I think you guys are doing a great job, and I appreciate you coming on here and talking to us on this fine Monday. And yeah, thanks, Drew.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's good to see you. Thanks for having me. And I look forward to seeing this when it gets posted.
Yeah, for sure. See ya.